Hello and welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel once a week. It chooses the horror film and they discuss it. Today we're talking about 1998's Godzilla, which was directed by Roland Emmerich. I'm your co-host Alec.
I'm Erik, and with us for the first time is Zach Pena, also nicknamed Coconut way back in the day. We know him as Coconut. You're Coconut to us, Zach. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I've heard so many legendary stories about this podcast.
Legendary.
Oh my God. Well, Coconut, yeah, this is way past you, man. This is like 370 episodes. You should have been on the first one, Coconut. This is crazy.
Well, I have something quick to say. So we used to do all kinds of content creation back in high school and like first year college, stuff like that. The last time we did the three of us something together, like creatively, was 2009, 15 years ago with Surfless and that movie thing.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Great. The last time we've been together and hung out, but we've never done anything like output wise, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, dude, we all Coconut, I mean, like we were doing the Eric and Alec show back in high school and now, yeah, then Surfless, but we go way back too. I mean, when did we all first meet? Was it Coconut? Did I meet you at was it Pine Grove camp? The summer camp?
Yeah, summer camp. I remember that.
In high school, me and him one day, I think it was like sophomore year, my sophomore year of or junior year of high school, I was just like doing like DBZ and Zach came up to me and was like, is that like Broly or something? I'm like, yeah, that's Super Saiyan Broly. He's like, cool, let's hang out for like ever. It's like that's what happened.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep. Best day of my life.
best day of your life.
Yeah, worst day, whatever, however way you put it.
Well, Coconut, yeah, you're a big Dragon Ball Z fan. I mean, you were doing cosplay for a while, right? Out here in LA?
Yes, yes. I went to Anime Expo and got kind of addicted for a year and just went to as many like anime cosplay conventions as I could. I was Vegeta and my buddy was Goku, and we did like Saiyan Saga. We did Super Saiyan Saga. I think one time he did Super Saiyan 3 and I did like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta.
Oh
It
man.
was it was fun.
You guys went for it.
Can you do an impression of Vegeta?
Garlic gun!
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Yeah, Christopher Sabbath would be proud.
Did you ever meet any of the talent of like DBZ people, like at the cons?
The lines were so long. It's like you'd have
You
to get
didn't meet
there.
anyone? You didn't meet anyone?
I met Lou Ferrigno once, but he wasn't a DBZ character.
Oh man. Well, Coconut, thank you very much for joining us. It's very, yeah, long time coming. And today we're talking an interesting movie. An interesting movie. And Godzilla 1998. Yeah. So not my first time. Eric, I know it's not your first time, but Coconut, is this your first time? It's your first time seeing this masterpiece?
It was my first time. I was a little surprised. Godzilla looks different than I remember.
What they were going for. That's what they were going for. So this is directed by Roland Emmerich, right? Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, he's like the destroyer guy. I mean, he does.
Blockbusters. He did Independence Day and other like yeah, but yeah, like some apocalyptic kind of movies. And this is technically not apocalyptic, but for New York, yeah, he's destroying New York, like destruction movies, I guess.
Yeah, like 2012 and The Day After Tomorrow, like he did those. But Eric, wait. Do you like this movie?
Oh, flat yes, yep, 100%.
Oh my God. Okay. So we have a good Goku Vegeta mentality going on here right now then because I fucking hated this movie, dude. I fucking hated this movie.
Well, let me give you my quick spark notes of this. I saw this in theaters in '98. I remember it is nostalgia for me. That's the love of it. I would vividly remember walking into the toy store and the merchandise for this movie was on par with episode one. If anyone's listening out there and agrees with me, please comment because yes, this was one of the biggest marketing toy budgets I remember.
Yeah.
Ever. Like cups at Burger King were like Godzilla, get the Godzilla mug. Like this marketing was insane for this movie.
Video games, TV series, yeah, toys, everything like that. Well, all right. So Coconut, I hate it. Eric loves it. What's your experience with the Godzilla franchise up till this point, not seeing this one?
I knew nothing. I had a Godzilla toy when I was like 6, and I think it was from like the 1950 movie. 'Cause it looked so different. I was watching this one, and I was like, wait, did I put on Jurassic Park or Godzilla?
I think this is technically the 28th Godzilla movie when this came out.
Okay.
That's
So you hadn't
crazy.
seen any Godzilla movies, Coconut, ever?
No,
Like even to this day?
Godzilla Virgin.
Whoa. Oh my God. That's kind of surprising, Eric, isn't it?
I mean, I'd expect you to. I mean, you shouldn't watch this one, but there's way better recent Godzilla movies too.
Well, I mean, how many seasons of Monk have you seen, Coconut?
Stop it. What
All of them twice.
Okay, okay, I thought, all right.
does that have to do with fucking anything?
I know, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I like making fun of Coconut for liking Monk. Yeah, okay. So Eric, I mean, how do you think this compares then to like the Japanese ones? This is the first American Godzilla movie.
I gotta say it's just nostalgia, and that's why I love it. And it's fun, and it's New York, and there's a lot of product placement. Shout out Juicy Fruit, even comparing to the older ones or the newer ones.
What have you seen?
I've seen Godzilla 2000,
Yeah.
which was fully Japanese. I liked it. I remember it. It was good, different, and that brought it back to like the old version of Godzilla. The new versions from 2014, I think, was the new one with Walter White from Breaking Bad's in that.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston. Yeah, and there was another one we watched.
Yeah, they did Kong versus Godzilla.
We've seen that one. We've seen King of the Monsters. And that's like that is like the better way to do Godzilla than this CGI Godzilla. This CGI Godzilla, it really lost a lot of glitter over the years. It does not look good, right?
Well, the way to watch this movie, I think, is on a treadmill on your phone. So you're moving, so you can't really get like a clear vision of the movie. So, and then it's small because it's on your phone, and then it doesn't look too bad.
Is that how you did it?
That's how I did the first hour, and then I came home and watched it on my TV, and I was like, "Whoa, this looks like shit now." Holy God.
I guess you got to watch that on like a 4-inch screen to like be like, it's pretty good.
And moving, so your eyes
Oh
can't
my
like
God.
clear.
You really don't like this movie.
Yeah, I really don't. I can be fully honest. Yeah, dude, like I feel like this is like a cash grab. This was a very popular series from 1954 until
Hmm.
this point, basically. And then America's like, we can do it. You know, we did Independence Day. We did all these big blockbuster movies. And dude, this just like they shouldn't have called this Godzilla. They should have just called this like, I don't know, big lizard or something. Anything else.
Did you like Jurassic Park? You'll probably like this. Like,
Just literally just call it, did you like Jurassic Park question mark? And then you're like, yes. And you're like, come on, see it, because that's what it's like a worse Jurassic Park, basically.
oh, Jurassic Park is way better, and I feel offended by saying that already. But the CGI, that's where I'm
Oh,
comparing it to. And the roar, the Godzilla's roar is like, did they just do a T-Rex roar and like kind
oh
of
my God. Coconut. All right. So let's hear your thoughts then. Cause yeah, Eric and I are very conflicted.
Yes, no, I between like Godzilla not looking like Godzilla and the acting just seems so off to me. I was like, were they purposely acting bad on purpose?
Director told him that. He's like, just really do that.
Yeah, like that was too good. Like, dumb it down a little.
This is for 8-year-olds.
hey Matt, can you do like Ferris Bueller, but like if he was hit in the head a few times? It's like, oh man.
Oh my God.
It's not, I mean, he was terrible in this. I love him, but he did not want to be there, I don't think, at one point.
He was so bad in this movie,
But he's
dude.
not he's not an action guy, is he?
No, no.
You know Matthew Broderick running around MSG? Like, run, run. It's like Matthew Broderick is the choice you chose of someone running away from a giant lizard.
With like a
Like,
French painter hat, like the whole time.
yeah, like the worst option in my mind. He's a huge actor, and he's great, but like for this, how the hell did they end up like, oh shit, every single action star doesn't want to be in this. It's like, who do we have left? It's like we have Hank Azaria, and we have Matthew Broderick. Hank, is that the guy from The Simpsons? He's so much more than The Simpsons. I could just, oh yeah.
Well, you guys do know that 3 Simpsons actors are in this movie, right?
Who are the other two off the cuff? I'm trying to think.
The news reporter is Kent Brockman. He's like,
Yes,
today's reporter, blah, blah,
knew
blah.
that.
Yeah, and then his receptionist, who's only in it very briefly, is Bart Simpson.
I had no idea about that.
When Godzilla's walking past and it's just he's on the phone, he's like, "What do you mean? Like we got to get a better story." And it's like, "I think your story just walked past you." That's Bart Simpson.
Yeah. Oh wow. The lines in this are great too, though.
You said the lines are good?
Like the dialogue, the one-liners. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I remember exactly when you said like, looks like your story just walked by you.
Yeah, so that was Bart Simpson. So they had 3 Simpsons actors, and then they have Matthew Broderick, and then the lead woman who is like his love interest, who is literally the worst person I've ever seen in a movie, dude. Like not just the acting, the character. Do we need to go through what this woman has done to Matthew Broderick and how she is a bad person.
She's just a bad, yeah, she's a terrible person, and he should not welcome her back. Like, I think worse than cheating.
She ghosts him. Okay, so they're at the point in the relationship where he's proposing to her. She ghosts him. 8 years later, comes back into his life because she wants to take advantage of him. So weasels her way back in, steals the tape from his little makeshift tent or whatever, which is even more pathetic that it's a makeshift tent that he puts up pictures of his girlfriend from 8 years ago. I'm like, okay, this is so sad. She sees that and then is like, well, fuck him. I know I broke his heart and he's still holding on to me, but I'm gonna steal this tape, put it in there. She gets fucked over by the newscaster, and then Matthew Broderick still takes her back after he loses his job because of her. Bad person.
Yeah, American Dream.
Yeah, and he was bad in those scenes too. He's like, "Oh, why'd you do it?" Like it was just like, "Oh, like she ruined your career."
Dude, the line where he's like, "Wait, she took the tapes?" Or like whatever when he's sitting in the in like the war room or whatever.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
like that line was so bad, dude. But yeah, I hated her character.
I feel like he was the perfect worm guy, and they're like, all right, well now we need you to be the perfect action star. And he's like, no, I can't do both.
Yeah, why is he qualified to be researching Godzilla? They're like, well, he does look at worms that were near Chernobyl, so you know.
Well, it's a radiation thing. Like that's what the idea is, that Godzilla wasn't a dinosaur. She's sorry, gonna get into there. She's a product of nuclear testing.
Yeah.
And I think the fact was the worms were like 30% bigger, and Godzilla looked huge, but he was huge to begin with, so he was only like 30% bigger. So he was the expert.
30% way bigger than that, Zach. You kidding me? Like 1,000 times bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. So apparently that makes Matthew Broderick qualified. So they take him out of Chernobyl, bring him back. And then you get the French, like CIA.
They're the ones that were doing they were the ones doing the nuclear testing.
Well,
So
dude, I looked it up. Apparently, France did drop more nukes than any other country in the South Pacific to doing testing. So it kind of is their fault.
does that make this movie better in your mind now?
A little
After
bit that they used actual, like, they did the research. I looked it up. I was like, does France even have nukes? And then I looked it up and it's like, whoa, they actually do. And they drop more than America. I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, that was real. But it's weird that, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, maybe a sixth of this movie is in French, right?
I'd say like a tenth, right? Yeah, I'd say a
Like,
tenth is
a
in French.
decent chunk is in French with no subtitles. And I was like, interesting choice.
Huh. Yeah. It works though. They were funny characters and stuff.
Yeah, they're just taking digs at America. He's like, I don't know, the coffee sucks. I don't know, fuck you.
I love that scene.
But oh man, doesn't this just feel 90s though, with all the product placement and everything?
Yeah, they had Blockbuster. They had some Blockbuster posters and Jousta Cola or something like that, you know?
Yeah, there's lots of branding, like logos that were like knocked down by Godzilla and stuff. It's like, no, knock down the Pepsi logo, but the Coca-Cola logo survives. It's like, okay, all right.
Yeah, yeah. So Coconut, what was your favorite character then of all of these, incredible characters?
That's tough. I mean, I did like how spiteful the French guy was towards America, but the best nickname was Animal. They're like, "Come on, Animal, we gotta get to the."
Oh yeah, it's like Joe Animal Manasukuko.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, and he's the one who shot the whole thing on camera, right? He videotaped it, right?
Yeah, he
At
was
the
the
end.
one. He ran and Godzilla almost stepped on him right in the beginning, and he has his video camera, and that's where they say the most '90s line ever, where they're like, "You're going the wrong way, retard," and it's like, "Whoa,
Whoa,
this is a
yeah,
kids movie."
can't say that.
And then right when he comes back, they're like, "You dumb wop," and they hit him in the head. I was like, "Oh my God, this movie's insane."
Back to back canceled.
And like they just brush past it. It's like, so somebody was sitting down and wrote that out and was like, you know what? Let's just throw an Italian slur in here. Like, yeah, that works. That works.
Get
Like,
get it really feeling like New York. Like we gotta make it feel real.
Hank Azaria's not Italian either. So it's like even
No.
weirder.
They canceled him. Not didn't cancel him, but they're like, hey, you can't do Apu anymore. And he's like, I get it, pretty much.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna back away right now.
Well, I don't think that was like his choice from the start. They're like, "Hey, do you want to play the Indian guy?" And he's like, "I mean, I
Back in the
guess."
when it was like the 80s at that time. Like there was none of this. So I don't know. It's crazy to think about. But did you guys know that this was supposed to be a trilogy?
I did, and it did not do
It
well
did.
enough to garner one.
It made money.
Eh,
Not what they wanted. And hold on, let me pull up my stats. Coke and I do this every episode. I talk about the stats now. So the budget of this film was 125 million. That's a lot of money. It made 379 million, which is like double the profit. The marketing budget was 80 million. So it made, a lot, but not the Independence Day money, not the box office, crazy money of this like the summer box office movie. 20% Rotten Tomato critic score and 28 Rotten Tomato audience score. So not a good score. So I'm in that 20%, 20%.
That's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
I give it a fresh score. It's a nostalgia thing. I actually had I had a bunch of Godzilla stuff, but I had like a hand puppet thing, and I also had an inflatable Godzilla that was like life size, not life size, but taller than me. So it's
Damn.
like it'd take a long time to inflate a life-sized Godzilla at this size.
Well, speaking of the critic reviews, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but apparently Siskel and Ebert back in the 90s, they did not like Independence Day. So Roland Emmerich in this movie, he put characters Ebert and I think it was like Siskel, or it was Gene and Ebert or whatever. So he was like making fun of them in this movie, and they responded. They're like, "That was pretty petty." And it was a bad movie too. And they're just kind of go off. Did you guys catch that? That they were making fun of those movie critics?
I didn't catch that. No, but that's great.
Yeah, so I don't know, but apparently, yeah, and Siskel and Ebert were like, "Dude, fuck you, Roland Emmerich," and then he just,
They're probably being forced to watch this movie, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make this movie my way, and they're gonna hate it. So let's do this because I know they're gonna be forced to watch this because they're movie critics."
yeah, no,
That's
exactly.
funny. That's funny. That's good fun. That's good fun. That's
All
good
right,
fun.
Coconut, I want you to answer this question for me.
I
So the movie starts off in South Pacific. I can't remember Tahiti, I think, or no, where was it? Somewhere, some country in the South Pacific. I can't remember exactly where.
French Polynesian islands.
And then he ends up in New York City to lay his eggs. Okay. He goes from the South Pacific to Panama and then straight up from Panama to New York City. Why?
Dude, clearly the Panama women are more beautiful, so he had to take a pit stop and then come to New York to get some New York City broads.
So that was what it was all about. It was so, oh, so he got pregnant in Panama?
Yes, yeah, they thought
He's
it was.
asexual, guys. Godzilla's asexual, and Godzilla's a she in this film. Jeez Louise. Read a book and watch the movie next time.
Well, they'll hit anything over there.
Oh my God. So why Madison Square Garden then? Why not a cave somewhere?
Alec, Zach, let me step in. What happened to Godzilla? He was hit by radiation, which is like this is the Fukushima fish. He doesn't want that fish for his kids. He needs the good Manhattan, healthy water fish for his kids. That's what he needs. That's what he's there. He's coming to New York to nest and feed
Yeah.
his offspring.
I really thought you were going to be like, he's a huge Billy Joel fan and he wanted to see his residency and he was trying to set up shop.
That's another like it's another product placement of MSG, big time. Like they probably paid a lot to get MSG, you
I
know.
kind of like Coconut's explanation though, that he, had a little side piece in Panama.
He had to get out. Yeah.
No, I just like, dude, the thing is like Godzilla in New York City, it didn't work for me for two reasons. He doesn't just go through buildings. He's like weaving through it like it's a maze, which I did not like. And the other thing is like, dude, those helicopters behind him, what was this fucking Star Wars? Like they were just darting in between each
Yeah,
other.
those helicopters would not be able to fly like that in the city.
So New York City was a weird choice. And the Hudson River, I looked it up. It is 40 feet at most. Okay. And Godzilla in this movie is 300 feet. Usually he's like 500 feet, but this is a smaller one. This guy's not swimming under there with those submarines like that. Get the fuck off.
I give you that. I give you that one with the Hudson. I give you that one.
Okay. Okay. You ready for this one too, Eric? You ready for this one? As a New
Oh,
Yorker,
here we
as a New Yorker,
can I just believe? Can I believe in Godzilla? Okay.
as a New Yorker, at the end when they're all in the cab, the French guy and everybody else is in the cab and they're driving away and they're like, we're in the Park Avenue Bridge. Okay. And then they're like, what's the closest bridge? Like the Brooklyn Bridge. Definitely not. There's two bridges that are closer than that. But anyway, so they go on the Brooklyn Bridge. Motherfucking Godzilla pops up right there and gets them. How the hell does Godzilla know that they're there, dude?
No comment.
Yeah. No, I does he use like echolocation?
He's in New York City.
My God, Zach, you're learning. Yes, Godzilla could have developed radar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sonic
Yes,
radar.
he's evolving every
So
minute.
he's got the radar. Okay, so he can pick up on one specific
Sonar,
tab.
sonar. What's it
Got it.
called? Not radar.
Sonar,
So
Radar.
yeah.
it drove from Park Avenue, which is Midtown, all the way to the south, and then they went on the bridge, and then Godzilla popped up. It's like, okay.
He learned it from the submarines.
Okay. So he killed the submarines and he learned how to do it. Okay. Then when he eats the cab, how does that taxi get away and drive after being like chewed on by Godzilla? Come on.
Yeah, for a while that thing was chewed on for like 10 seconds, and like we've already seen Godzilla do damage to other cars and stuff at the start of the film. So yeah, that scene could have been better. There's no doubt.
Well, it was a Crown Vic, and they're built different back then.
Thank you, Zach. Oh my God, he's so good. Thank you, Zach. Yeah. Any more brain busters, Alec, that means Zach can take down?
Um, okay. How about this? So this is supposed to be the most sophisticated military, in the world and all this stuff. I don't think one rocket hit any of Godzilla. When in the submarines, all of those missed, all of their missiles missed him. Like we suck that much.
Yeah, I think back then maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a soft time. It was before the Iraq War. It's like we've had a nice like cushy time in the 90s. We're soft.
Yeah.
The military, what's the military doing in the 90s, Zach? What are they doing? Nothing.
Playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, I mean, one of the probably not Call of Duty at the time, but
Okay. All right. So inept military. Speaking of military, though, I love that the commander guy. That guy is just like perpetually pissed off at everything. I love that guy.
when the Chrysler building goes down,
Yeah, dude.
I
Well,
love that scene. Just shot down the Chrysler building.
the mayor's great.
That was the mayor. That was the mayor. Yeah, he.
Yeah.
What else is he in? Elf or whatever. He's in a bunch.
Yeah, but I love the commander who's just like he's in the Transformers movies, but he's been in a shit ton. He's like a character actor. Kevin Dunn is his name. You guys have seen him before, right?
Yeah,
Coconut, have you seen? You've seen him, right?
Ah, he looked kind of familiar.
Oh man.
Coconut season 4, episode 8 of Monk. He's in it. I'm kidding.
Oh yes, oh yes. How could I forget?
Oh, Kevin Dunn, of course. Yeah. You guys do know about the TV series that came after this, which is because it didn't do well. They're like, we're not making a sequel, but we'll make a TV show. You know about this?
That was like a last gasp of air, I'm sure, to like keep it going.
Yeah, but apparently the end of this movie, one of the eggs survives and it cracks or whatever. And the series is basically that Godzilla survives and it's like a good Godzilla and he's friends with Matthew Broderick and they're all just kind of like fighting off other monsters now with the good Godzilla.
Does it talk or something?
No,
Like, hello, I am Godzilla, also known as Gojira.
I watched it when I was a kid. I do remember it was on WB, but I know he doesn't talk. No.
I have no memory of that show at all.
Yeah, it was like I don't remember it at all either, but apparently the reviews are better than the movie, so I don't know. They needed time to develop the characters.
Yeah. Marketing though and merchandise was great. I mean, the DVD cover, VHS cover was really cool. And it was one of those covers that had like textured where you like,
Oh
ooh,
yeah.
the eye is like up, it's raised.
Right. Yeah, I do that. Yes, the poster and the box art is pretty good for this. I will say that. No, but hold on, Eric. The Puff Daddy fucking Led Zeppelin song at the end is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
Comment.
That's
No, it's so bad. Yeah, I agree.
Coconut. You heard that at the end, right?
I actually like that part.
What?
Yes.
First of all, Coconut,
So
Puff
much.
Daddy, you shouldn't be saying good things about Puff Daddy right now, Coconut. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's why I picked it because it's very topical.
I'll put that in the YouTube tags, like Puff Daddy. Yeah, fuck. There was something else though that like just blew my mind about this movie, but I'm having trouble remembering it now. Damn.
But it's crazy to see a Godzilla movie where they kill Godzilla.
Oh, okay, that was it. That's exactly it. Thank you for reminding me. Dude, the ending's sad. Like I felt bad for Godzilla.
Well, that's why it was good too, because it's like it makes you think. Like it was just another animal that's trying. It was an animal that got hit with radiation and became gigantic, but it was just an animal that's trying to raise her offspring. That was it. That's all it is.
The music was like, yeah, it was like tied up on the Brooklyn Bridge, and they're like, shoot it again. And everybody's just like, yeah, and like clapping. And Matthew Broderick's like, yeah, well, I kind of feel bad for you, but fuck you. And then it dies, and everyone's just like, all right, you want to go get some pizza or something? Like it just,
And that was the Brooklyn Bridge, right? That it got tied up on.
yeah, but I don't know, man. I was kind of sitting there, I'm like, I feel like the humans should sit there for a second and be like, this was our fault. But they didn't. They're
Yeah.
just like, ha, giant lizard dead.
What was funny too about this movie is that they did way more destruction than Godzilla.
Yeah, for sure. Godzilla's just trying to get away. He's not trying to kill anybody.
And it's like let Godzilla go, and then it's just like let him be an MSG, and then he's gonna go back to his lover is in the where was it, Zach? I forget what he said.
Anima.
In Panama. Yeah, that's just let him be.
All right. Well, after seeing this one though, Coconut, do you think you will ever watch another Godzilla movie?
I'm gonna try to find a better one.
There are better ones than this that have aged better. Yes. Sorry. Not to cut you off, Zach.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe like one of the Gojira ones will be more entertaining.
You might like Godzilla -1, dude. It was good.
It's so good. Coconut, watch that one. Godzilla minus one. That's the best one.
Is there like a Cyber Godzilla one?
Yes. There's Mecha Godzilla, there's Mothra, there's Rodan or whatever the
Hey,
hell.
you want to see Godzilla fight a giant gorilla?
Yes.
You want to see that? Yeah, Godzilla versus King Kong. Godzilla
Right
versus Kong.
now.
That which just came out in 2021.
There's two of them. There's one from 19
There's
like
two.
60, and then there's one that came out, yeah, in 20 like 20. But they're actually, this is kind of interesting. So this Godzilla is technically not called Godzilla. Like it's not actually recognized in the canon of Godzilla. It's just called Zilla. And what they did is Toho, who owns the original Godzilla, they bought the rights back from America so that they could take this Zilla and put it into their universe and basically say that everything that happened in this movie actually did happen in the actual Godzilla timeline, but the Americans were wrong. It wasn't Godzilla, it was Zilla. So then there's a movie called Godzilla versus All Monsters or something like that, and Godzilla kills Zilla in that movie, that Japanese movie.
I love it, and I need to watch that.
Yeah. So they tie him back.
So Japan's like, no, this is ours, and you don't get to bring like the MSG and
Yeah.
juicy fruit into it. This is a Japanese thing. Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
They're like, it was another kaiju, but the Americans mistook it for Godzilla, and it wasn't.
So it's like the equivalent of Spain doing their own version of Trailer Park Boys, and it's like Canada just goes to full out war and just destroys Spain.
Well, I think even everybody knew, even
Okay.
even in America, they're like, this movie sucks. Like,
Yeah, you can have Godzilla back. We don't need it, but now it's back technically.
yeah, so something happened, but the American ones are not as good as the Japanese ones. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You
Sorry.
know, well, Godzilla -1 won an Oscar for I think best visual effects. So
Oscar?
yeah, Godzilla wins Oscars, bro.
It's
Yeah.
really good. It's genuinely good. I saw it in black and white in theaters. And I was
I
like,
wanted to do the
damn.
black and white version. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's
Oh, that's
really
cool.
good. It's like, yeah, Coconut, check that one out. Seriously.
All right.
Give a 2 second premise on it. It's like, dude, World War II. Alec, go do it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I mean, there's a World War II pilot basically who runs. I think he runs away from Godzilla when he's on the beach, and Godzilla. Fuck, I'm trying to remember now. He just keeps attacking Japan, and they have to use World War II weapons to fight him. But it's more about like the repercussions of after World War II and what's going on.
That's what I'm saying. It's like imagine Hiroshima or Nagasaki. I don't know where, but it's like imagine it's destruction, and then Godzilla shows up. It's imagine like the bomb goes off, and then Godzilla shows up. It's like now you're in deep shit.
Yeah, they don't have a military because the United States like took their military away, and they don't have any weapons, and their cities are in rubble. And then all of a sudden, Godzilla's like, okay, yeah, let's fuck you up now.
It kick you while you're down. Yeah, exactly.
But they fight back, and dude, it's so good. It's so, yeah, check it out, Coconut.
All right. Is it a little more believable? Because I hated when people would like try to run from Godzilla in this one, and they just so easily like didn't die. And I'm like, all right, if Godzilla was trying to kill you, you'd be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, how about this? We'll send you the trailer right after this, and we'll text about it.
All right.
It's scary. It genuinely feels like Godzilla is like out for murder. It doesn't feel like it's just like a Like this one, he feels like he's running away, and we're just like, get the cow and shoot it. And like in this one, it literally feels like, no, this thing is like a threat and it's gonna kill everybody.
He's
So
my god.
Crappy one-liners is a pile of fish. Oh, it smells like my ex-wife. Like, it's like,
oh
oh,
my
dude.
God. Dude, I mean this is just Godzilla scoliosis too. Like I don't like how he's bent over. Like it's not
That's
Godzilla.
the thing. If this was like a blockbuster before anyone could like fight on social media. Like if this like came out, like because we couldn't see images of Godzilla when this trailer was happening. But like if this got out and like Sonic the Hedgehog, it would be completely destroyed on the internet today. This would never happen today.
No, he looks like shit. He doesn't even, I mean, they just, yeah, they wanted to rip off Jurassic Park. And they even did it with the Velociraptors at the end or whatever. They're like, oh, but yeah, the babies. And they're running around. And
I mean, 100%. And they also ripped off Jaws to some extent with the guy fishing off the pier.
they do the zoom shot too on Matthew Broderick where they like zoom in as they're backing
There's a
up.
lot. I mean, well, it's like more of a tribute than anything because obviously you think of that.
Yeah. They're like, hey, remember that better movie? You want to go watch that instead?
Way better movie. Yeah. I'm just gonna say this. It is bad. Okay. It is bad, but it's nostalgic, and that's why I like it. So I'm gonna just say that.
Yeah. I mean, all right. So Coconut, give us like your overall opinion of this movie.
Yeah, so I went in with high hopes, but then I looked at the IMDb rating and my hopes quickly just sunk and I was like, oh man, it's probably gonna suck. But I've liked some badly rated movies before.
Oh, you have you? What movies? Please, Alec, can you list them all?
Me?
Yeah, what Zach does it like we used to make fun of you, Zach, for like your favorite movies like Blades of Glory or like
Date movie. I'll let him finish though. Let him finish.
sorry, I'm
White chicks. But
okay.
yeah, no, so I started it and then I got your text where you're like, dude, I pause it every 5 minutes and want to blow my brains out. And I'm like, ah, shit. So, yeah, I cracked a beer, hoping that would make it a little better. I think I just zoned out more. I had to like keep rewinding. I was like, what did I just miss? I got
What did your daughter think of it? Did she like it?
She liked it. Yeah, she was watching it. The end was sad. My
Hmm.
nostalgia, it reminded me of the ending of Mighty Joe Young.
Oh yeah.
That's a great comparison. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So like I was over here bawling my eyes out.
Your daughter's like, "Are you okay?" She's like
Yeah.
patting.
The room's got a little dusty. It's all the room's a little dusty.
Got something in my eye. I'm not crying.
Yeah. So would you recommend this Coconut to anybody?
Ah, God. Maybe someone that like hasn't seen a movie in 10 years and just
Any
going
movie?
to Guantanamo Bay that has very little pleasure in life.
You'd recommend this movie to
Jesus.
them?
Jesus.
God, you're a sadist, Coconut. You're like, hey, you want to watch a good movie you missed? And then you put this in?
You're sick. You're sick in the head. That
Coconut.
is so...
Oh my God.
I miss you. I miss hanging out with you, Zach. That made me laugh so
All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap up here then.
yeah,
But
we should.
yeah, but Coconut dude, thank you so much for coming on, and we'll definitely get you on again in the future. You pick a horror movie, and we'll do it with you. You pick one.
Anything.
All
You
right.
pick a movie in general. We'll do it. Why not?
All right. That'd be awesome.
We could do the Monk pilot too if you want.
Yeah,
If you
well,
want.
we could do that, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll force you to watch something you hate.
All right. Well, Erik, you want to spin the wheel?
We shall. Ready? Spinning. All right. Prom night, 1980.
Oh, good timing with the proms going on right now.
Yeah, look at us. It's like we planned this.
All three of us went to prom together. That was fun.
We did. We did. We went to prom.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember there's a picture of all of us at Lauren Habig's house.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have that still. I'll find that. I'll send it to you
Yeah.
guys after this.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
All right. Well, Coconut, thank you very much again for coming on. And thank you all for listening into our episode today on Godzilla 1998. And we'll see you all next week.
Oh, I've been saying 1999. Yeah, but yeah, 98. Whoops.
Yeah, it threw me off.
Oh, there is a Godzilla 1999 from Japan. But anyways, so we'll see you all next week with Prom Night 1980.
All right.